it says Friday. All right, let's see. Good morning. It is Motivational Monday. And has anybody noticed that Instagram changed its format? Right? Here we go. Instagram changed its format, and there we go. Buenos dias. Good morning. So let me give people time to get here. Good morning, Ali. Buenos dias. Happy Monday. Happy Motivational Monday. I'm going to go in here so I can see the Facebook. All right. Today it's Mama is flying solo here with you guys. Mauricio Mao is on set today, and maybe he'll join us, maybe not. But Beatrice is going to join us. She's actually on right now, but I'll bring her on a little later when it's time. And I'm very, very excited to do the show here with you guys. So let's all gather. Buenos dias. Hi, Bob. Hi, Beatrice. Let's all jump into our magical elevator, going up to the 11th floor, the magical 11th floor of the universe. Why 1111? 1111 is a master number. It's a manifestation number. And it's a portal of manifesting your dreams and manifesting the life you want. And you get to say, and today I have, I heard something on my inspirational work this morning that having the patience for your dreams to come to fruition is key, right? And to really focus not only on staying hungry, right, on what's next, like you're continuously growing, because you definitely want to continuously grow, because otherwise, if you're not, then you're shrinking. But in the process, have gratitude. In the process, enjoy the journey. In the process of working toward your goals, look around and go, wow, I've come a long way. Wow. I'm so grateful for this life that I have right now. And yes, I totally know that it says Fun Friday. Let me see if I can figure that out. Let me see. Captions. Let's see. No, it's not that. Graphics. I think it's graphics, is it? No, it's not that. Yeah, well, it's Monday. We'll just pretend that it says Monday, okay? Hi, Julia. Good morning, Julia. Good morning, Julia from Denver. Good morning, David Fernandez. Let's have some fun. That's right. Let's have some fun. Ali in the house. And yay, we got 79 subscribers. Woo! We got Justin in the house. We have Glenn Larry in the house. Love you too, Bob. We've got Camp Goddess in the house. And so, yes, I am super excited to be here with you today. How was your weekend? What are you grateful for? Put it on the comment box. Great to see you today. Let me know. Yes, I will definitely let you know, okay? I will let you know by Wednesday. All righty. Let's pick our cards. Today I get to pick both cards. How fun is that? Woo, woo! I went hiking this morning, you guys, and what a gorgeous day. I mean, for the last week, it's been really beautiful. So if you have an opportunity to at least go out for a walk, definitely take it, because it is just so calming, and it's just energizing as well, Okay, so here we are, angel cards. See? Harmony. harmony. Harmony with our angel cards. Let me know if anybody wants a card today. Start the week with a little message, a beautiful, not little, when I say little, it's like, I guess in my mind, it's like, it's just cute, like adorable, but you want a big message. You want to expand, right? So that you can be a master receiver. Another aha moment that I got this weekend that I want to share. And it's just a reminder, you guys, it's a reminder to allow yourself to receive. Allow yourself to receive, because in the pursuit of our dreams, are we allowing ourselves to receive? Are we becoming even bigger and better receivers of the blessings that we so deserve? Just ask yourself that. And being mindful of that is so, so key. Alrighty, so here are fairy cards. Vamos a ver. Happily ever after. Happily ever after. I love that one. Happily ever after. Yes, exactly. And it's about receiving. Half of the time, let me move this so I can see your comments. Half the time we're so focused on get, right? And we got to understand that the secret to life is also giving, not only to others, but also to ourselves. Giving that love, giving that understanding, that patience to ourselves, because we're so hard on ourselves. So many many moments. Oh, how funny. Look what I'm trying to do. I've got this and the cursor for the big one, but I want to move it on the small computer. All righty. Okay, and then Glenn, you want a card too. Okay, so let's do the angel card. Grateful for my family. We had an outdoor Colombian sancocho. Oh my God, que rico! With a few family and friends, social distancing, of course. We got to keep, keep life going. That's so delicious, girl. Que rico. I'm sure you had some tostones in there somewhere as a side dish. David wants an angel card. All right, David, you're going to get an angel card. And let's see. I want a card read, please. Yes, absolutely. Pretty please. Pretty please with the sugar on top. Ooh, 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 ooh. I love harmony, and I want a card if there is time. I want to receive. Yes, I want harmony with my eternal soulmate so I can live happily ever after. I love that, Allie. That's awesome. Amen. And it will come to fruition. And another thing I was listening to today, it's about that patience, right? And writing, they gave us a little homework, which I'm going to share with you. You know how we always say, write on your mirror, I am enough. Well, write on your mirror for this week, or a little sticky, or wherever you want, is I am going until. And so I'm going until I find my soulmate and live happily ever after. Meaning, like, never giving up, right? It's just another way of letting the brain know that's like, we're going at this. We're going until we get exactly what we are yearning for and desiring for. And in the process, sharing it with others and loving your community, giving is also a very huge secret to, it's not a huge secret. I mean, it is. It truly is. A lot of people don't understand that it is a secret to life, to a happy life, a fulfilled life. So the more you give, the more you get. The more you get, the more you give. And it's this, right? And it just, we repeat it over and over, but it's worth repeating, because repetition is the mother of all skill, and it's until we get it, right? We repeat it until we get it, and then we repeat it again. So definitely. Cute sweater, Jen. Thank you. We got Patricia Santiago in the house. Thank you so much. I felt cozy today, and I'm like, you know what? I'm feeling very conservative with my Catholic upbringing. This is something the preppiness from Miami that I so loved when I was growing up. I loved being preppy, so this is my little preppy sweater. I love it. Okay, so let's pick a card for David, one for Glenn, and one for Beatrice. Beatrice, I'm going to do the fairy cards for you, okay? So this one is for, let's do, Glenn asked, let's see, okay. It's for Glenn. Wow, Glenn, you got emerging again. Am I remembering correctly? Did you not get emerging last week? Holy moly. Okay. David, ready? David Fernandez Jr. Answered prayer. Like what? That is great. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, now that I'm picking here, this one is for Beatrice. All righty, here we go. You know? Woo, girl, sexuality. Here we go, mama. Sexuality. All righty, so let's get to reading because we got some good stuff here. Okay, so I will start. Ay, se me cayó el palito. Se me cayó el palito. Here it is. All righty. Okay, so our first card is Harmony and Happily Ever After. Let's read Harmony. Happy Monday. Being harmonious in life is so peaceful, right? It's just about feeling complete and feeling balanced. So understanding that sometimes you have breakdowns. Like I had a huge breakdown this weekend, and it's going through behind the breakdown with that person that you're having the breakdown with, and trying to understand where that person is coming from, like, and what the trigger points were, right? Oh, look, I hadn't seen Wanda Rovira in the house, and we've got Elia Esparza in the house. Hello, beautiful ladies. Besos, besos. Learn that from you always. Eres súper especial, regalando amor. Amén. Gracias, mi vida. All right, let's go. Let's see. Harmony. Okay. Conflict is resolved in a situation that was troubling you. Know that you deserve this peace and happiness and accept it graciously. And this card is for our whole 1111 familia, right? This is the first card that I picked today, and it's harmony. It's about even in the breakdowns that we have with our loved ones, because it happens, and those are the people that we actually have more breakdowns with, right? Because they're the closest ones to us. Knowing that, know that you deserve this peace and happiness and accept it graciously. Beloved child of God, you are a peace lover at heart. This card comes to you as a sign of new harmony that dawns upon you. Let go of viewing the situation as troubled and see yourself and others through the eyes of your guardian angels. In this way, you'll look past the surface and see the beauty and light that eternally shines within everyone. By shifting your viewpoint to the angelic perspective, you become an earth angel. Holding an elevated viewpoint sparks miraculous healings in all of your relationships. Conflict drops away, revealing the clean and new truth about everyone and everything. And this is such a perfect card, because I'll share a little bit about the breakdown that I had this weekend. Trying to, and I'm sure people can relate. Everybody's trying to figure out, what are we going to do for the holidays? How are we all going to spend it together? I've got my brother wanting us to go to Denver. I've got my mom wanting us to go to Mexico. We've got our mother-in-law wanting to go to San Diego, and I've got our kids wanting to stay here. And so, and my sister wanting to know so that she can ask for her schedule at work. And it's like, and I'm like, okay, what do I want? Right? Asking myself, what do I want? And this is something that we'll definitely talk about, Beatrice, because today Beatrice is going to come on and we're going to talk about parenting and raising kids and parenting during these stressful times. And especially, the holidays get a little wonky normally. Now, imagine to this year, it's even more. So it's just everybody trying to navigate what the best scenario is going to be for safety and traveling. Do we travel? Do we not travel? It's all of that. And for me, I know I want to be with my grandma. My grandma is 99 and a half years old. Hello. For me, it's a given. I'm like, we're going to Mexico as many times as we're able to during the holiday. Whoever wants to come, let's go. So finding the harmonious win-win situation and having a conversation with my mom, we figured out, okay, great. So we're going to go to San Diego for Thanksgiving, and then we're going to split the weekend in Mexico. And in that same weekend, we are going to create Christmas for our family in Mexico and us. And then we'll come back and we'll have Christmas here because the kids want to have Christmas here. And then for New Year's, we'll go back to Mexico. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to go to Denver, although I would love to. It's just a lot right now with the flying and all of that. So put on the comment box if you guys are also, having to navigate and see how you're going to spend your holidays with your family and everyone feeling harmonious in the process, because it was not a harmonious thing for us this weekend. And until we were like, okay, what is the best thing for everyone? How can it all be a win-win? And I got to give it to my mom. She was amazing to be so selfless, right? Because she's always been such a giver. And she's like, I understand you want to be here with your grandma like the whole time, but let's, the kids also, they want to be home. So let's give them that. And it's all good. And I'm fine. And look who's here. Speaking of, my baby girl is here.
Hi.
Say hi to everyone. All righty. So I am going to read Happily Ever After so that we can, I want to be mindful of the time, but definitely put it on the comment box, because I know that I'm not alone in the trying to make everyone happy in the family, right? Especially during the holidays. Let's see. I had a major meltdown yesterday, but we had no choice but to press on. No time to pity parties, but in my defense, the explosion of emotions was liberating. I slept the entire night for the first time in weeks. That is amazing. That's amazing, Elia, because yes, for me, the explosion of emotions, it literally put me to bed at 7:30 in the evening. At 7:30 at night, I was already in bed. I don't think I've ever done that. Gone to bed so early. Bye, Mamita. I love you.
No, I'm gonna chair.
Oh, you are? You're going to join me? Oh, I love it. Get the tall one, okay? And it's needed. A lot of times it's just needed to like express, right? And we're Latino, so we totally need to express ourselves. Be safe, stay home. Tengo que pensar en mi niña. Have fun, amiga. Gracias, mi amor. I will stay home. Yeah. A lot of people are choosing to stay home, and I totally understand that. Okay, so Happily Ever After, because we've got 1, 2, 3 other cards to read. Happily Ever After. Okay. A happy outcome is assured. Release any anxiety and feel secure that everything is resolved in the end. And everything is resolved in the end. Yeah, absolutely. This is reassuring. This is a reassuring card signaling that the movie you are currently starring in has a very happy ending. Yay! Situations that appear sticky are miraculously resolved. Misunderstandings are forgiven. Mistakes are forgotten. You are urged to stop worrying about the future, as your fears could be self-fulfilling in a negative way. You could literally sabotage heaven's happy plan for you if your worries are excessive. So go inside and go outside in nature and ask the fairies to help you rejoice in the perfection of creation. Your joy renews your faith and ensures the happy outcome that is in store for you. So the affirmation for today is everything is in divine and perfect order right now. Everything is in divine and perfect order right now. Wanda, why did you say what? Oh my God. I think I missed that comment. But it is because after I had an hour and a half long conversation with my mom for the first time, we had some really nice, one-on-one conversation. It was so liberating. It was really liberating, and it was understanding how can we make a harmonious plan for everyone to feel that their needs are being met and that they're being heard as well, right? Yeah? And Juliana, I got to say that went hiking with me yesterday, right, Mommy? We had a great time. For the first time, she said, okay. I don't want to go, but okay. And then it was pretty awesome, right? She did an amazing job. So, all righty.
This is actually the same shirt that I wore. I think.
For what?
For hiking.
Really?
I think so.
No. Oh, it was washed. Let's see. Emerging for Glenn. Here we go. Bendición, madre. Hola, mis reinas bellas, mi nieta. Besos, mami linda. Hiking, yes. Todo el traveling que tendrás. Oh, yes, I know, but we're driving, so it makes it safer. We're in the car driving. So emerging, people. Let's emerge. And then I'm going to bring you on, Beatrice, when I read your card, okay, lovey? Preciosa. Ese sancocho me dejaste con ganas. Emerging. Oh, shoot. I'm looking for emerging in the fairies book. Híjole. All righty. So, yeah, so Daddy is working. He was shooting yesterday all day and today all day and tomorrow all day. So we miss Daddy, huh? Mm-hmm. We miss Daddy. All right. Emerging. Your true self, radiant, powerful, successful, and intelligent, is now shining through the surface. Allow your true self to be visible to others, for you lift them up and inspire them. You are awesome in so many ways, and you are beginning to trust and reveal your true nature more easily. At one time, you may have believed that you had to hide your feelings from others, or even from yourself. Now, however, you realize how vital and attractive expressing your authentic self really is. Your angels are guiding you to honor your true feelings by expressing them to yourself and others. The angels will help you lovingly talk about your feelings so that no misunderstandings occur with friends and loved ones. Your angels will never guide you to do or say anything that could hurt you or anyone else. They will always ensure that your life will emerge to a new level of inner peace as you let your true self come out and play. You got that? Loud and clear. I mean, it's pretty amazing, Glenn. It's pretty amazing that this is the second time you get this in a row. You get this card twice in a row. That's like loud and clear. Allow yourself to shine through.
Daddy!
Okay?
Daddy!
Oh, Daddy's in the house. All right, let's bring Daddy in. Daddy's in the house.
Hey!
Woo! Miren, miren, ahí ha llegado Mauricio. Mira, he's like a baker today.
I'm a baker.
He's a baker. Here, mommy, hold the phone so that Instagram can see daddy. I love it. Nice surprise, babe. I thought you weren't going to come on. I'm like,
We're going to the third scene, so I had to come here and change to my outfit.
Oh, look at you. Wow, what a cute baker. Man.
Yeah.
¿Me puede hacer unos pastelitos usted que está muy lindo?
De guayaba y queso.
De guayaba y queso. Yes. Everybody's saying hi, Mal. Beatrice.
Hi, guys. How is the 1111 community doing today?
We're doing awesome. It's a lot of fun. I got my little co-host that decided to surprise me.
I love it. What a great co-host. I miss the 1111 community. I'm here working. I work tomorrow, so hopefully I'll be able to jump on and say hello. We were talking about perseverance. We were talking about yesterday. The day was a little hectic and stressful, and I was sharing with makeup today when I got here this morning how it really takes a lot of mindset to be patient and to
get through it all.
Think of others before you think of your ego. Through it.
Yeah.
So, and also to not allow the stress of production to come on to and affect your performance, right?
Exactly.
So,
look, this
I
is
wanted
the
to share that.
Harmony.
What's the card today?
Harmony.
Harmony, absolutely.
Yeah. Harmony and happily ever after.
I love it. I love it. I have my happily ever after at home. I'm looking at them right now.
We love you. We miss you. And we're happy that you're working. And yeah, so I'm about to bring on Beatrice. I'm going to read David's card. David got answered prayer.
Beautiful. Well, we're here. Before you jump off to keep going, I have one of the actors here and some of the crew, and they're going to give one word of positivity for the day. What gets them through their day, or one thing they're very grateful for. Here's Rob.
Hi. Definitely my little furry family, my cats and my dogs. Yep.
That's what he's grateful for. That's Rob. He plays the ICE agent that comes to arrest me. Here's Kyle, our second AD.
Kyle!
Hey, I am grateful for burpees because they get you in shape. That's what I'm grateful for.
Burpees. Costume.
Hello.
What are you grateful for?
For just waking up this morning in a right mind.
Waking up in the right mind. Here's our rabbi. One gratitude. One thing you're grateful for.
Oh, my family.
Her family. And last but not least, makeup. What are you grateful for?
Again, also family.
Yes.
Family, friends. Hola.
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 So this is the team where I get to come and play. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I love my ladies. And keep having fun on the show.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye. I enjoy you saw him on set, a little bit of Mal today as a baker. Tiene el uniforme puesto de pastelero. Qué maravilla. That's so great. I love it. I love it. So let's see. I'll do the same if I'm in Cali for pleasure. Speaking of traveling, next time you're here, call me. For sure, Patty. You know it, girl. You know it. Hello, Mauricio. Break a leg. Thank you. Congratulations. I'll have him definitely read the comments. Okay, so we read Harmony, we read Emerging, we read Happily Ever After, and now we are answered prayer for Mr. David Fernandez Jr. Answered prayer. I want to look for it. It's right here, my love. I'm so grateful for our 1111 family community, and it truly, really warms my heart. And it's something that I wake up to, and I think about every morning, and I wake up and I'm like, okay, so today, 11/11, right? And you're always my little first AD telling me, it's 11, it's 11:05, right? All righty, so here we are, answered prayer for David. Fear not, beloved one, your prayers have been heard and answered. All of your prayers are answered, are always answered. Sometimes you may not feel this way because the answer comes in unexpected ways. Perhaps you receive an intuitive feeling, or a new opportunity appears, or a book falls off the shelf. The angels answer our prayers very often by giving us ideas or information in these everyday ways. By drawing this card, the angels request that you be extra observant. Extra observant. Notice everything that you can hear, that you say, that you think, and you feel. And be especially alert to help that comes to you. And be sure to accept that help. You do deserve this assistance. And many times God enlists people to act as earth angels who bring you answers to your prayers. Notice everything you hear, say, think, and feel. And know that you deserve it. And that's what I was talking about earlier, right? Us understanding that and really not only understanding it logically, but really feeling it in your heart, and making sure that it's in your subconscious mind that you are deserving of all the blessings in your life, that you deserve an awesome life, that you are worthy, and that you are enough to accept all of that goodness. And becoming a master receiver is also a huge part of the equation. Okay? You got it, David? You got it? Buenos días, Ana Maria Samara Blaja Preciosa. Hello, Mr. Dwayne Hill in the house. Mr. Dwayne Hill in the house, one of our students. He is awesome. He definitely has made us so proud. He just produced, wrote, directed, and starred in his own pilot. And he did it, my goodness, he did it with flying colors. So proud of you. And now we're going to do sexuality. We're going to read sexuality. So let's see. Here we are. Sexuality for Beatrice. Beatrice. And then we'll go into our meditation, and then we'll start our conversation with Beatrice. So sexuality is a very important thing for all of us, right? Okay.
For you guys.
Good answer, baby. I love you. Let's see. So,
Don't want
sexuality.
To this because I don't like it.
Okay. All right.
I'll
love
just
you.
Be right here. Doing this.
Juliana, you're too funny. Oh my God. Baby girl, you know what? Actually, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you warm up my coffee? And that'll give me time. That'll give me time to read it, and you don't need to hear about sexuality. Ew. Ew. Ay, Dios mío. Okay, here we go. Are you ready, Beatrice? Hot mama, your sexual self needs some attention. By drawing this card, you are urged to be honest with yourself about your sexuality and take appropriate steps. Sexuality is an important part of life, not just to our physical self, but also to our emotional and spiritual selves. The fairy realm understands the unique joy that comes from sexual experiences. They know about the divine light that is created when you merge with a beloved partner. They understand the release that sexuality brings about. By drawing this card, you are being guided to heal any sexual issues that may have arisen from negative experiences. If you were ever sexually abused, this card may signal a call for help from your inner self. You may be directed to seek professional counseling or a support group to overcome negative sexual or body image issues. or to heal a sexually unsatisfying relationship. The fairies will guide you to the appropriate resources so that you can be truly free to experience the dynamic aspects of your sexuality. The affirmation for you is, my sexual self is attractive, healthy, and able to experience great pleasure. My sexual self is attractive, healthy, and able to experience great pleasure. That's your affirmation. You got it? Let's go. Give it up for sexuality. We need to love ourselves, embrace ourselves, and many have that's a show in itself, talking about this sexuality and the relationship with your own sexuality. And many of us have had traumatic experiences, right? Like for me, for example, my sexuality, I was so guilt-ridden. Like I was so guilty as a young lady because I had sexual experiences before I was married, and I was raised to think that was the biggest sin in the world. If you lost your virginity before marriage, you were a sinner. You were marked for life. Holy moly. I gotta, you did. If my first boyfriend were watching, I'd be like, dude, I am so sorry for everything I put you through. I'm so sorry.
So you literally forgot his name.
No, I didn't forget his name, but I'm serious. It's like crazy. Put it on the comment box if you guys can relate in any shape, way, any way, shape, or form about the sexuality is something that it must be developed, and there's nothing wrong with it. And it's a beautiful thing, and it all comes in the right time, and it's okay that you stay and listen, because it's okay to embrace that part of ourselves, because it is real, and it's very, very, very it's sacred, right? And it's a natural thing. Yes, my love. What did you want to say?
So I wanted to say it, like, I'm barely saying anything, and we were talking, I'm literally like watching a movie.
You're like watching a movie. I love you. Thank you for my emotional support, but you can go back to school, okay? So you need a day. Or are you on your break? You're on your break?
Yeah.
Okay, 10 more minutes and then you go back to school, okay, my love? Alrighty. So let's see. Patricia Alvarado Gilbert in the house. It is something that was taboo in our era. Girl, I mean, going to Conchita Pinoza and then going to LaSalle, Catholic upbringing, and then with my mom, and grandma, holy moly, that was, who did you guys see, who saw Jane the Virgin? I literally wrote a book, a script about my original sin. And you know how the grandma tells Jane, the minute you hold that flower in your hand and squeeze it, and then it just she breaks apart. She goes, that's exactly what happens if you have sex. when you have sex, right? It's hilarious. So nothing is taboo in our house. We talk about everything. So yes, Catholic guilt. Exactly. I did love that show, right? We love that show, Jane the Virgin. We watched it this past summer. It was our feel good binge watching every night, just to feel safe.
Three episodes a day.
3 episodes a night. It was pretty fun, right?
Daddy got sick of it.
Yes. I know. Daddy got sick of it, but it was our girl time. Yes. I'll share a little when I come on the show. Okay, great. So let's close our eyes. Let's do, I still see it as taboo because I was taught by abuela. Patty, it's crazy. I know it's insane, but it's not. It's not, Buenos días, Ángel de la Guarda. Buenos días, Ana María. Buenos días. Don't make Juliana puke. All right, so let's close our eyes. Vamos a cerrar los ojos and do our meditation. And then we will have our, oh my gosh, what time is it? That's the time? Wow. Wow, time just flew by. It flew by. Okay, so it's going to be a quick meditation because we definitely want to bring Beatrice on. So Beatrice, you can log on and you'll be on the waiting. As soon as I see your little window pop in, I'll let you in, okay? Sexuality is a natural thing as being human. Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so close your eyes. Cerrar los ojos. Put your hand on your heart. Activate the love. I think we've already done that. I'm really feeling the love pouring from you guys and the love pouring from me to you. Now let's just really connect to the divine love that is always there for us, which is source. Activate that in your heart, in your mind, in your body. Activar su corazón. Bien, activarlo porque es puro amor. Conectarlo con el amor divino para que tengamos esa energía y capacidad de amar y dar amor divino en cada momento. Deep breath. Remind yourself of the gratitude. Remind yourself of all the beautiful blessings you have in your life. Den gracias por todas esas bendiciones que tienen en su vida, todos los días, en cada momento. Como estaba diciendo hoy, siempre es bueno mantenerse con hambre de aprender y de emprender las cosas que uno quiere en la vida. Pero en el mismo proceso es importante estar agradecido por todo lo que ya has logrado. It's so important to remind ourselves of that. Staying hungry, staying in pursuit of our dreams and getting to that next level always. But in the process, it's so important to be grateful in our journey and be grateful for the blessings that we do have already and how far we've come. That in itself is a huge, huge blessing to be able to do that and stay present and really be aware of our thoughts. Take a deep breath. So, ahora vamos a perdonar. Now we're going to forgive. Why? Because we have the capacity to forgive. Forgive the action. Forgive the person. Forgive because you're doing it for yourself, for your peace of mind, for your harmony in your heart and in your mind. Perdonar y dejar ir a todo momento y todos los días, porque siempre va a pasar algo, una discusión o algo, y el perdonar y tener la capacidad de perdonar es un regalo que uno se da a uno mismo, porque no va a estar con el rencor. Es un regalo que uno se da a uno mismo, poder perdonar. And then we get to celebrate. Y ahora celebrar. We get to celebrate the wins, celebrate our life, celebrate that we're alive, celebrate our loved ones, celebrate them all. Yes. How? Oh, wow. Okay. And let's celebrate all our blessings. Celebrate life. Celebrate that. Interesting, our Instagram went off. All right. I see our beautiful guest here. Celebrate our life. Celebrate those dreams come true, right? Hay que celebrar. Celebrar, celebrar, celebrar. So let's dance. Celebrate, celebrate, dance to the music. Celebrate, celebrate, dance to the music. Sing, baby. Now let's stand up and shake it up. Paca, 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 paca. Vamos a celebrar. Hay que mover el esqueleto. 1, 2 y 3. Shake it, 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 shake it. All right. So the happy dance. Our Instagram turned off. I don't know why it does that. It's very weird. Pero ahora vamos a tener nuestra invitada de hoy, nuestra amiga de Colombia, y vive en New Jersey. Hello, beautiful.
Hi, Jen. Hi, Juliana. Bien, bien. Aquí con mucho frío ya.
Oh, it's really cold. See?
Sí, está
It
frío.
we had a few days of really cold, and then it warms up again. Thank God. Yes.
But it was nice. It was nice over the weekend. That's why we made the sancocho. It was so good. I'm sorry.
Okay, so alrighty, well, I know that, my gosh, I was not mindful.
I know.
I apologize. It's noon. But yeah, we have a good. We'll keep it going for 15 more minutes. Go back to school. Love you. Bye. Thank you.
Bye, Juliana.
She's so cute.
She is. She's adorable. Oh my God.
I'm gonna go out there with you. She's totally right.
It's good to see someone so young and so open and able to express, herself without being shy or having one of those gremlins that we talk about in our childhood, right?
Exactly. And that's one thing that we definitely, as parents, have instilled in our kids, to be able to express themselves, and through acting that really helps.
True.
Auditions, and we have to say the slates, the act. Part of it is they must introduce themselves. So it's really a developmental skill that is helps in all areas of life. So
Absolutely.
I'm super excited. So today we're going to talk about parenting.
Parenting.
During these times, right? Parenting during these difficult times, these strange times. I mean, parenting in itself is a challenge, right?
Yeah.
But in that now, it's even more challenging, right?
Yes. So, parenting, it's stressful just to begin with, right? We all have our little share of being parents, and if you haven't, it's still within you because that's the nurturing part of all of us, the parent ego. And the parent ego comes, alive when even with ourselves, right? We talk about our inner child, right? So our parent ego is so important for us to identify how healthy it is, especially when we are struggling with our feelings, right? And you talked about having an explosion over the weekend, and what do I do? Do I take care of myself first, my needs first, or do I wait and see what everybody else wants to do? And sometimes that comes from that place of, uncertainty. And right now we're living in that place of uncertainty. And so that's when our inner child gets triggered. And when our inner child gets triggered, whatever that feeling, because you're not going to have the memory. A lot of the times, we don't recall memories. We recall feelings. And so when that feeling gets triggered, you feel confused. Whatever that feeling is for you, whether it's fear, confusion, uncertainty, right? Not good enough, not worth it, So all that comes up and you're like, but why? Why am I feeling this way? So it is important that whenever we have feelings like that, we don't suppress them, and we actually work them out. And we ask questions like, why am I feeling this way? You know, this situation right does not call for me to feel hurt.
Right.
And so I wanted to a lot of talking about, our foundation. We are, our foundation is described by the adult ego, by the parent ego, and by the professional ego, right?
So,
That
so sorry to interrupt you. So let me understand. So there's the ego, right?
yeah.
And then you're saying the parent ego, the professional ego, and the what ego?
No, I meant to say the parent, the child, and the adult ego,
Okay.
right?
So
So,
okay. Go
so
ahead.
the adult ego is like who we are now. You know, we use our logic, we use our current situation to deal with situations. So I call that the adult, the professional, right? Because when we are at work and something comes up, we don't lose it, right? We're just like, all right, let me go. I mean, some people may lose at work, but for the most part,
All right.
right?
And then they come home and explode. Right.
Exactly. So the adult ego is the one that can use their logic to resolve anything, you know, whether it's a little chaotic or not, they're still not losing their cool, they're not losing their persona. And like you said, when you come home, then that inner child comes out, right? That person that is not able to regulate, that is still constantly thinking about it. And then when that person doesn't realize that that's happening and they have children, right? And they're at that height of state, stressed about something happening they couldn't resolve. They can feel that why are you feeling so afraid? Why are you feeling hurt, wounded, right? And then a child may come and they may see themselves in the child, because now they're a child that is walking around wounded, and when they see their own children, they're going to project on them.
Oh my God, that has happened to me.
Yes.
And that. Oh wow, that's such a trip. Okay,
So,
keep going.
so
Yeah.
when that happens, when you now become that wounded child and you have a child at home and you start projecting, it's so important to withdraw. Easy to say, hard to do.
Right. Like
So,
a lot of things in life.
right.
But go ahead.
And sometimes people may say, well, no, I don't do that. Well, maybe that's because your inner child is not a wounded child. Maybe your inner child is a healthy child, and that's okay. Right. And a healed child, right? But it's important to recognize that when we become parents, we have to deal with our ghosts,
With our inner child.
with
Make
our
sure
inner child.
Make sure that our inner child is healed and our inner child is taken care of. Otherwise, we're going to take it out on our child. And it's not our adult, it's our child going,
Right.
why do they get to have a better life than I did?
Right. Why do we have to give up everything for them? And then that wound becomes bigger and bigger as you get into your adult ego now.
Oh, wow. Are you
So,
listening to this? That's pretty amazing stuff.
so
That
the
is
adult,
amazing.
right. So the adult ego is not going to say, um, you kids don't appreciate anything. Look at everything we do for you. Look everything I bought for you. Look at blah 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 blah. And what the child hears, because the child's mind is very basic and simple. It's either black or white. So what the child is really hearing is not that they're not appreciated. Is that they're not good enough,
Exactly.
right? So then they start building that core self-esteem. They start building that, not self-esteem, that core belief, right? That I'm not good enough, that I'm not wanted, that it doesn't matter what I do, I is not good enough, because then the wounded inner child is going to project on that child that has nothing to do with their own wounds, you know?
Exactly. Definitely put on the comment box, guys, if this is resonating with you. It's definitely resonating with me. Pamela Rowan in the house, better late than never. That's right, Mama. Big hugs to you and Raul. I'm so happy you're here. Catholic guilt, yes, it is a very, very real thing. So yes, I because I've been doing a lot of inner work and a lot of this 2020 has been about loving myself, and really taking care of that inner child that I feel the moment a couple of years ago, especially with my with Mauricio and Juliana, that dichotomy, that triangular relationship with my daughter, and I'm sure moms can relate to this, that have daughters. The daughters, after like 2 years old, we're like, it's all about daddy. And it's like, what about me and my chopped liver? I just gave you 2 years of my boobs,
Oh,
and now
yeah.
daddy, I'm like, oh, no. So they know, right? They're like, oh no, mommy, But then I realized there was some moments where I was like, it was the little girl in me. And when I would see her with her daddy, the little girl in me also was feeling that hurt of like, oh, I wish I would have had what she's having with her dad. I wish I would have had that with my dad.
That's right.
And it's like, and it totally got me one day. And then I consciously, like, I was so aware of it that I, at that moment, loved myself so much and grabbed my inner child and said, I'm going to show up now. I'm taking care of you now. And what a gift that you're able to give this to your daughter. It's really tricky when you're able to.
It is because you don't remember the memory, remembers the feeling, right? The feeling of not having that.
Yes. It's
Yeah.
so amazing.
So
Thing. So how can people be presented, and what are some tools that you have to share feel it in the moment? I don't want to say fix it, because we're perfect going complete the way
heal.
we are.
Yeah.
It's healing. It's really healing, and consolidating yourself inside of yourself.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Like everything else, is the number one piece is to be aware of it. So there, you have to be mindful about every situation, how you're feeling. Where's that feeling coming from? Is it a feeling that belongs to me as the adult, or is this a feeling that is being triggered as an inner child, right? And then the second part, with any stressful situation, like, you do when you're at work and someone crosses you or they do something that you're not happy with, you breathe, right? You breathe. Okay, so, right? And the same thing, we have to bring these tools home for our children. They are children. They don't have the values and the beliefs that we adults or wounded children are carrying, right? So we have to learn to breathe, and then think about the hidden messages that we may be projecting to our children, and then take a step back and say, all right, let me ask questions. Every time you are at a 10, the best way to diffuse that 10 is to start asking questions, right? Is to start asking questions. So if your child wake up one day and he or she's throwing a tantrum, the first thing that you may want to do if you're stressed, if you're late for work, or if you didn't have a good night's sleep, it's like, good Spanish people were like, go away, or what happened to you? This child is this. And we start calling names, but not knowing that these names are hidden messages for our children, right? So the best thing to do is take a step back, ask questions. How did you sleep last night, honey? What's going on? What can I do for you? Because children can behave how they feel. They don't have the language yet to say, Mom, I had a horrible nightmare. And I don't know if it was a nightmare or if it's something that has been troubling me, because that's what we do, right? As an adult. So yes, breathe, ask questions, take a step back, ask questions, and also ask yourself questions like, where is this coming from?
Right. So instead of more, where is this coming from? Now it's instead of why.
Right. Not why.
Why? Do not ask why.
Right. Now, why puts you automatically in a defense mechanism, right?
Right.
And then it's going to trigger that wounded child, or it's going to trigger that criticized child. And so why is going to trigger an emotion without a memory that you may not be able to answer. But where is it coming from?
Exactly.
Does it belong here?
Right. So the why will trigger your victim.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
The why will immediately put you in a place where you don't have power to transform it. So
right.
More than you're like accepting it and going, why me?
Right. And then you're either going to go under like a victim, or you're going to come out like the Viking, right? So it's like the victim Viking mode. We don't have to be either,
Right.
And so in order to do that it's how we ask ourselves questions, how much empathy we have for ourselves. Because if we don't have it for us first, we're not going to be able to give it. So, talking about changing a little bit, but this is important. Talking about the sexuality, right, card that you read, and also being taking care of our needs first, right? Does that mean we're selfish, right? Does that mean that we're not putting other people's needs first? So the sexuality, as well as being selfish, for me is growing up in a very Catholic home, and not only for me, the sexuality was that, I am a voluptuous woman. And, when you are voluptuous, it doesn't matter if you cover from head to toe, your curves are going to show, right?
Exactly.
So, yeah. So that was powerful, that card, because for...
pretty amazing, right?
Yes. So, not to say that many people have issues with their sexuality because they were sexually abused, and that trauma will live there for a long time until it's healed. But for me, it was more like criticizing. I could wear a turtleneck up to here, and my mom would be like, "You need to cover up. You need to cover."
Look at what I'm wearing. I feel the safest when I'm wearing these really conservative sweaters. And it's funny because my mom makes fun of me. Mami, no sé si todavía estás escuchando, pero because my mom's super sexy, and whoever knows my mom, she's like super out there, but she was very protective of me. And she's like, "You do as I say, you don't do as I do."
As I do, right?
Say that, right? And I always have a sweater or a cardigan. If I'm wearing something, sexy, I'll always have a jacket, or I'll always have a shawl, something to cover my shoulders.
Absolutely. So we bring those beliefs with us as shame, right? As shame. So for a long time, I could not wear anything low cut. You know, my husband would be like, "You're such a beautiful woman," blah blah blah, right? So he loves walking around, not naked, but in his underwear, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know how you do that. So funny enough, this morning, I'm telling you, those cards are crazy. This morning, I woke up and I went to the bathroom in my underwear.
That's awesome. Woo!
And he was like, "What is going on?" But it was, you know what? I'm like, I'm done.
It's liberating.
It is. It is liberating. So,
Yeah.
so we, and as parents, of course, I also have an older daughter, and I was trying not to project that on her. And thank God it worked because she's very comfortable with herself. But every time I'm like, ooh, is that too low of a cut? Oh, do you want a sweater, honey? Do you want a So yeah, so it is so important. What are the messages that we're telling our children? Are they on point? Are they current, or is it part of our own belief system, distorted belief system, right?
Distorted
So
that we think are, that we, I think maybe we even confuse them as our own values, right?
exactly, they're not right.
They're
They're
not.
not.
It's stuff we picked up from our parents and our grandparents and our upbringing and it's really something that in our inner core we're like, nah, not really, but that's the way I grew up, you know?
And something we create, right? Because okay, if my mom was telling me like you need to cover up, don't show anything, it's too sexual, da, 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 she was coming from a mindset of her own culture, right? Her own upbringing. But for me, it created a whole different story,
Oh,
you
totally.
know. Yeah, it created a story like, you know, if you show your body, you must be
Exactly.
exactly.
But
So
especially in our community, in our culture, Latin culture is very much like it was in our
right.
generation. You know, our kids right now are definitely growing up in a more acceptable, free environment, and we, because we went through what we went through, we're allowing them to find themselves and really express themselves and really find that harmony, you know, that balance.
Right. Because
Find
then
the balance.
that's a really good point, Jen, because when we're trying to find that balance, we have to be mindful that guilt doesn't creep in. Right?
Yeah.
That guilt doesn't creep in because sometimes we feel guilty. Am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the wrong thing? Like, you know, I was, many years ago, I was helping a family where their 15-year-old, right, was struggling with self-esteem, with grades, with communicating with his parents. And the parents were like, we gave him everything. We don't understand, right? And so how they were communicating was that in order for me to make you feel good, I'm going to give you everything you want. But
Yep.
parents were busy and always working. So
Yep.
what he wanted, they couldn't give.
Which is the time and the special quality time. Absolutely.
Exactly.
And that's
Exactly.
and I'm a child that went through that with my parents. You know, they gave me everything because they were gone a lot. You know, um, and so, but I miss them so much. There's
Right.
and so
And,
yeah.
and so the understanding that adults have is that why are you not happy? You have everything you want, right? And so those hidden messages start creating um, confusion in the children. There must be something wrong with me because I don't get it. You know, what I want, I can't have. And I must be because I'm not good enough. It always goes down to not being good enough, not being self loved enough. So that's why the healing part is always putting yourself first, loving yourself, feeling compassion for yourself, right? Because without that, you're not going to be able to heal. You're not going to be able to give that to others. So, I'm working on a TED Talk. So my TED Talk is all about being selfish and the negative connotation that comes with, right? Everybody struggles. Everybody struggles with being selfish, but it's something we have to do in order to be there for others. Otherwise, right?
To be there for others without resentment.
Without resentment. That's a big one too. Resentment is,
Yeah, because you can give, right? And if you're not giving to yourself first, you're gonna resent all the giving that you're doing.
right.
And I
Right.
speak from experience.
Right.
Because
And also,
I lived disappointed all my life, going, but why aren't they giving back what I'm giving?
right. Right.
And like the missing link, and I gotta give my husband this credit, is you gotta give it to yourself first in order for you to give it to others. And if others give it to you or not, it doesn't matter because you're giving it to yourself.
You already have it within you. Right. Right. And you're not needing it from anyone else but yourself, right? So,
It's a self-soothing.
yes. Right. So when you are comfortable with yourself, when you're not seeking attention, to use that term, when you're not seeking love or anything from others, you are going to be in such a place of mental health that you're going to give your children, your relationships, your friends, whoever, intimate or not intimate, so much that you don't have to say, oh, here, they're just going to absorb it. You're going to, like you and Mao, like you guys give so much energy, so much love that even if someone doesn't have it, they're going to feel it. They don't have to ask you for it, right? And so that happens with our children. We wake up, they're crying, we ask, what's wrong, what's going on? I don't know. Okay, let's figure it out together. If we are in that healthy state of mind. If we're not, then we're going to go and trigger the stressful situation, and we're going to go to a place where we don't want to be, right? We're like, what's wrong with you?
Why are you always doing this? You're always cranky. I can't believe, I don't have enough stress. Like, what's going on? All these
I'm going to be late. I'm going to be late now because of you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we don't want to do.
And that's what I call the hidden messages, right? When we said, like, what's wrong? What's going on? I'm going to be late. This is your fault.
Then we know that it's our inner child responding to our child.
Right.
And that's the adult, because the adult would never respond like that. The adult would respond like, let's figure it out, what's going on, what's coming up for you, and would have way more empathy.
Right.
Would be mature about.
Right. The healthy adult. Because if it's not a healthy adult, it will go back into the wounded inner child.
Right.
As a defense.
We understand that, yeah. So when you're like not able to respond in a healthy way, then you're in your wounded inner child.
Exactly.
Got it. So, that's so beautiful. Wow.
I really hope those that are watching, that are parents, get the concept, because it's so important. We really need to look at ourselves first in every situation, so that we're not sending hidden messages to our children, so that we are communicating, right, with the same language. Language is so important, right? So that we're communicating the same not the same feelings, but healthy feelings, right?
Coming from that healthy place and from that empathy.
Empathy is so important. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't think I can read the questions, if there are any questions or if anybody had any comments.
Question. We have time for 2 questions. If anybody has a question, we have time for two questions. And while I'm sitting here, I just got bit by a mosquito.
Oh no.
We're like almost winter. What the hell is a mosquito doing here? Dios mío. Oh my gosh. So, any questions here on Instagram? Questions for our lovely Beatrice? I wish there was a way where live stream, where Restream would put include Instagram, but Instagram is very exclusive. They don't like to share. No les gusta. So I gotta hold the phone, and so yeah, no, it seems like
Be,
no questions
you
right
know,
now. But
be
for me,
mindful. Be mindful for when you're upset, right? And we all are good at saying, "Oh, I'm just so upset about it." I'm so upset about it. Be mindful that underneath that feeling of being upset and angry, there's a deeper emotion, there's a deeper feeling. And so it's important to go deeper so that we recognize where's that hurt coming from, right?
definitely. So the question to ask is, where is that coming from? Where is this upset coming from? And continuously ask, and you're going to get the answer.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because you're going to ask, it's not about your child or your adolescent child telling you that they need something. It's not about that, because we know that when, again, putting the healthy adult, when you're at work and someone asks you for something, you go and find the way to bring it or problem solve or troubleshoot, right? So when it's your child, then it's something different.
Right?
Or your right.
Right. Well, one thing I can definitely share for me, when I lose patience when I'm helping, for example, Juliana, and it happened to me helping my sister and Adrian, that I was like, I'm like, but I was getting mad at me. I'm like, why aren't you getting this? I've not been doing the job. Like, and then I'm like, so feeling that pressure, like, oh my God,
Right.
I really not doing it. I'm like, I'm explaining it. What is it that you're not? You know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
it's like I'm beating myself up inside, going, oh hell no! Like, oh my God, are you serious? You're my child. You are a genius. I am a genius maker. You need to, So that's what I've done. And it's like, no, it's okay. And then it's me having trouble with math as a child
Right.
coming up.
Right.
And so, and it's such a trip. I love
It
this.
is such a script, and it's so,
I
if we
keep
could
saying
just learn, right?
it's like, I keep saying it's such a trip because I'm being mind blown right now.
And if we can just learn to be like, you know what? Oh, like Juliana, right? Juliana, math was not my best subject. So we are in trouble here, honey.
Yeah,
And so let's Google this thing up. Let's see if somebody, can help us.
exactly what I've done. And we're like, okay, well, Adrian, and we've outsourced, right? And then I'm like, okay, well, let's figure it out. And then when we have figured it out, like last week, we had so much fun. We had a whole hour of math. We were both figuring it out because I'm teaching her division old school, and now we're teaching division in a different way. And I'm like, oh my God, and I'm learning it her way, and I'm like, wow, it's amazing.
Yeah. No.
Catherine says, this is such an interesting show, and I'm loving it. But the participating is but it's because I'm involved in the project, but I am here. Oh, I love you, Tammy. It's all good. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Patricia says, if your parents aren't healthy adults, what can I do to improve my experience to have a healthy experience with her adult parents that are not healthy, but they're toxic?
So she did not had a healthy experience with her parents. How can she be a better or a healthier parent?
Well, no, she's not a parent.
Oh.
How can she she have a better relationship with her own parents if her adult parents are not healthy parents?
Okay, so yeah, so that, oh wow, that is so important, because now that we are adults, right, and we're identifying that our wounds come from someplace, we're not sure where, because the memory we're not may not be there, but it's so important to realize that if you have unhealthy people around you, most of the time nothing you do is going to fix that. So what the important thing for you, Patricia, right, to do is to be open, to be mindful, to learn about your triggers. Like if you visit your parents, because we're good children, right? If you visit your parents, and if they say something that you start feeling it, whether it's in your chest, your hands, that you realize that, okay, this is not about me. This is has nothing to do with me and everything with them. And that way you start building this place of harmony, where if your parents say, I don't know, politics is always a big one, right? So, or if your parents are telling you, um, why are you wearing that? Or, are you still at that job that doesn't pay you enough, blah, 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 that you are going to um, be mindful that it has nothing to do with you, and is more of their struggles and their fears as parents, that they were not able to do better in their mind for you, right? In their
Exactly.
mind.
Which it goes back to my experience of me getting
The guilt, yeah.
the guilt, and then it coming up as frustration, or like, oh, how is it? You're my kid. Then it must be that I didn't do my job, and I'm mad at
Right,
myself. And
right. They're projecting, right?
they're projecting.
Mm.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, so being mindful
Yeah.
and letting it go. It's like, it's not about you. This is something they are still trying to figure it out.
And forgiving them, right?
And forgiving them, yeah, is so important. But then also with forgiveness, then it comes to where you need to forgive yourself, right? For sometimes we ask questions like, why me? Why did I have to get this set of parents, right? Why couldn't I have my friends' parents? They're so cool. They do this, they do that. So to forgive yourself for feeling that, because your parents, at the end of the day, our parents as well, I'm going to include myself, they did the best they could,
With
right?
what they have.
With what they have, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't give what you don't have.
Yeah.
But as we become adults, we realize that there's this inner wounded child. Then we have to learn to be forgiven, loving ourselves, accepting ourselves, and allowing others to express themselves, because now you're not trying to defend yourself. Now you're not trying to, make anything out of it. They are who they are. And, you know, and
And in,
that's it. Yeah.
en español, te bañas con vaselina para que todo
Sí.
te resbales.
Sí. Para que todo resbale.
A perdonar y a que todo se te resbale.
I
Right?
see my older daughter, sometimes when I'm in that mood that we all have, because we're all humans, and she goes, "Is this about me or you?" And I was like, "Oh, you're good."
I love it. No,
I'm like,
and they do. They throw it on you. The tools. They start using the tools on you, and it is. It's actually a chuckle. It's
oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, good. I love it. I'm doing my job. I'm training you.
Yeah, and
In Spanish was for Ali, who's still listening. It's about bathing yourself with Vaseline, forgiving and letting everything slide off, not taking anything on
anything. You
you.
do not personalize. You understand where you are. You come from a place of love. And then, sometimes if it's safe, emotional safety is important. You can say that. Is this about me or is it about you? Because you need to call the other person out, right? It's
Yeah.
so important to do that in a loving way, in a compassionate way,
Showing
like
up. Yes.
I'm trying to understand, right? Like I'm trying to understand, but I just don't see it. Tell me more, right?
Yes, love that. Yes,
Mm.
yes, Yes, Tammy says, I had such dysfunctional beginnings, and it is only now at 82 that I get it. You know, and it is never too late, like you said, Tammy.
No,
It's a beautiful thing because now you get to relive your childhood and create your childhood and heal. We all get to heal our inner child, like that Star Sisters that you invited us to go see. They're beautiful examples of the sisters. They're older, um, and they had a really traumatic childhood, and they are loving. They say it's never too late to relive a healthy childhood, to create your
absolutely,
childhood.
absolutely. We are, and you said this all the time, I think, Jen, we are the author of our own stories.
Yep, yep,
We can recreate them, we can process them, and we can understand them from a different point, from a different perception, and that's the beauty of being healthy, you
exactly.
know.
Yeah. And it's a process and it's an everyday thing. It's like every day we got to shower. Every day we must, if you choose to have some endorphins, go work out and walk, it's a must, right?
Yeah,
You must eat. Otherwise, then what? So this is the same thing. It's a practice. Everything is a practice. And we must repeat. And the repetition is where we master it. We improve. We get better. Right?
absolutely,
And it
absolutely.
doesn't mean that it goes away. It's not like, oh, I'm fixed, or I keep saying fixed, but oh, I'm like, it's done. It's never going to come up again. No, it'll come up. But you know what will change? Your reaction to it.
Exactly. By breathing, by being aware, by being mindful,
Hmm.
you learn to respond and not react,
Yes, love that. Learn
right?
to respond and not react.
Right.
Yes, I love
So
it.
important. It's so important. When you respond, you come from a place of love.
Yep.
You come from a place of understanding, right?
And never feeling like you're being attacked. Never feeling like it's, you don't need to defend yourself. It's just
Exactly.
basically, it's just truly being there in a mindful way and
Yeah,
understand that you're here to serve, right? You're here to find solutions in life and to understand that we're all doing our best to figure it out.
exactly. We're doing the best that we can with what we have. And then I always add, can we do better? Of course we can. Of course we can. But that doesn't make that we're doing something wrong. It's just saying that can we do better every day? You said it before. We need to evolve, right?
Exactly.
Every day we need to evolve. We need to want to do better.
Normal. That doesn't mean that you're not going to have breakdowns. It doesn't mean that you're not going to
Exactly.
have to get pissed off, and it doesn't mean that you're not going to have emotional explosions. That's being human.
Exactly. Right. No, if that would be beautiful if we didn't have, we would have to be like all isolated in a little bubble wrap in
Right,
the
for it to never happen,
exactly.
because
But you will, when that happens, and Jen, you said it beautifully before, having this meltdown or this breakdown over the weekend. The important thing is being aware, right? That there has to, that there should be, and there has to be a solution. So what do I need to bring in to be part of the solution? And it sounds like that's what you did. You thought about it. What do I want out of all this? And let me go to the next person and see and process with them. Because at the end of the day, the understanding, the mutual understanding of everyone's needs, it's so important. But you can't go like to visit your brother feeling like I wanted to go and see my abuelita, because then you would not have a good time.
exactly,
Neither would they.
exactly. And so then it's me understanding that whatever we all are free to choose, and we're all adults, but
Yeah,
and we get to choose, and it's okay, and I don't need to make them feel guilty for not coming
right.
to see the child. Like I need to understand their point of view and their needs, and them fly. I'm like, I don't want them to fly at the end of the day. They have a baby, so it's like
Right.
it's okay. We can get together once all this pandemic stuff is under control. and we can have a Christmas in spring. Who cares?
Exactly.
It's like we can create. It's about creating quality time together. We could do that at any time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, that was part of the Sancocho. It was like it was a Colombian Thanksgiving
I love it.
because it's just getting colder and colder, and I didn't want everybody inside. And in New Jersey now, the limit for indoor is 10 people.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Here as well. I think it's six to 10 people. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So
Mhm.
yeah, so you make the best out of it, and you do what you can, and
And it's not going to be forever. This
no,
is temporary, you guys, right? So it's like,
nothing lasts forever. Thank God.
yeah. Patty says thank you, and so I am going to let's go ahead and wrap up. Today we had oh wow, it's 12:45. It's
I know.
amazing because it is so much it's so much information, and it's so rich. We
Yeah.
could just keep going and going and going. That's why there's summits, right? And that's why
Yeah.
there's we're going to be doing UPW at the end of the week, so I'm really
Oh, you are doing it?
and we're getting ready for that. And so, but again, we are so grateful to have you always. I mean,
Oh,
what you shared with us is so valuable. As parents,
absolutely.
me, we just like, whoo, it was what an aha moment. And I now, what I went through, you just confirmed that it's so real, you know, and a lot
Yeah.
of people aren't aware of it. So when you do have your meltdowns with your kids, ask yourself, where is this coming from? How is my inner child doing?
Yes.
Have I
Yeah.
taken care of my inner child so that I am able to give 110% to my child and not resent it?
Exactly. Exactly. It's such a it's work, but if you really think about it,
Mm-hmm.
you not only you're going to benefit from it, but everyone around you. And that's why I feel like being selfish is okay because when you're good, everyone benefits, right?
Exactly, exactly. I love it. I know Maurice is gonna rewatch this and he's gonna love it because it's taught me to do that. And
Oh,
you're so selfish. I would be like, oh God. But I understand him now at such a deep level, and I thank him because he's given me that gift for me not to feel guilty.
right,
As
right.
a mom and as a woman, it's like, oh, I take care of everybody else at home, and whatever's left is for us, and we're last in line, and all of that. We put ourselves first. Oh, you know what I mean?
If you put yourself first, you're gonna feel so good that it doesn't really matter what's going around you. You're just gonna give so much and just give because you already took care of your needs yourself to the best that you know, right? You know. So yeah, always choose you first.
Ya. Pónganse la máscara primero y ya
Uh-huh.
uno puede ayudar al resto del mundo, pero uno se tiene que amar primero y curarse uno primero y comerse primero para poder ser mejor madre, mejor esposa, mejor todo.
Todo, todo. How do you say selfish in Spanish?
Hay
Selfish.
que egoísta,
Egoísta.
hay que ser egoísta con uno mismo, o sea, egoísta, it doesn't translate, porque cuando a uno lo llaman egoísta, oh my God,
I see. No.
use that word, pero que uno tiene que ser un poquito egoísta en un sentido eh, saludable,
Saludable. Exacto.
right? Para no estar dando y no quererse uno primero, no se tiene que cuidar uno primero para poder cuidar al resto de las personas y no dolerse y no sentirse tan
Culpable.
culpable y frustrados cuando las otras personas no dan lo que uno está dando. Porque uno
Exacto.
se lo tiene que dar a uno mismo primero.
Exacto. Tiene que estar eh, sometimes I try and I can't, but
That's okay.
you have to be like overflowed
Yeah.
so that you can give so much of yourself and not feel empty where you need others to give you.
Exactly. I love it. So hay que
Oh,
darse uno suficiente, hay que darse uno suficiente donde uno rebosa, donde la, el vaso se rebosa de tanto, porque uno tiene tanto que uno da y uno no se siente vacío,
exacto.
llenar, se siente lleno de todas maneras.
Muy
I love it. Thank you
per-
so much.
perfecto. Sí.
So I love. Thank you, Instagram, for hanging on here. I'm like holding on. I hope that you were able to listen to Beatrice Wara and I said her name correctly, right?
Yeah, you said it right.
And what a valuable conversation we just had as parents, and loving ourselves and really understanding our inner child,
Inner child, yeah.
and understanding that our inner child needs to be healed for us to really be there for our child. You know, as a parent. Amazing, beautiful, golden stuff. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you for having this platform, you know.
Thank you. No, I'm so happy that we're able to share this, and people are logging on, and really, our dream is to really heal the world. You know,
Yeah.
we all need each other, and this is all amazing stuff that needs to be heard and practiced every day. So think it, do it. I'm going to read this, and then we'll close off. We will close off the show with me, Beatrice. You have the power, right? And so today is about eating.
Ooh.
Let's see what it says. I take time to enjoy my food. I allow all nutrients to find their way to my cells, which work together to use the fuel properly. Why do we eat? Primarily, we eat to get fuel to our body so it can work properly. Sometimes eating is a social activity, so we eat as a form of entertainment, balancing our body's physical needs. Sometimes eating is a social activity, so we eat as a form of entertainment, balancing our body's physical needs with our psychological fulfillment can be an exciting challenge. What if you decide that you will create a win-win situation to meet both of these needs? Be conscious of the types of food you attach to your emotional needs versus body performance needs. Oh, that's another show in itself.
Yes.
Allow your body to give you feedback about what is working in a positive direction, and eat that food in the right atmosphere and at the right time. Eliminate items that don't work for you. You have the power to eat right for you. You have the
Yes.
power to eat right for you. Absolutely.
Absolutely. I love that. I love that. We always have to be so careful not to emotionally eat, right?
Yes, absolutely. Maybe we can talk about that.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. Emotional eating, and that that it, eating is about fuel and entertainment and breaking bread with family. And sometimes we use it as the stuffing of our emotions,
Right.
what we want to express as we feel great. So
Like
food feels
eat your food, don't eat your emotions.
don't eat your emotions. I love it. So with that, we love you. Nos vemos entonces mañana on Truth Tuesday. Thank you. What a great show. We are so grateful. And
Thank you, everyone.
bye, mi amor. Gracias.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.